Hey folks, Moose here. So this video is going to be on, it's going to be on my new kiln again. This video is going to be applying the rigidizer to it. So I just wanted to get that on film and go over a little bit of the product details. Again, this is not a paid advertisement by any means. I paid full price for this kiln, this furnace, and there's a lot of reasons why I did that, and we'll go over that in a minute. So I want to take a closer look at it and give you some of the details of it. As you can see here, the body is constructed of 16 gauge steel, so the shell is very lightweight. The chamber dimensions, it's roughly 8 inches wide and 10 inches high. So this will hold like a 10 kilogram crucible, which I believe I have one somewhere. I'll pull that out later. So I've got that. The outside dimensions, it's about 12 inches wide. So about a little under 12 inches wide and a little bit over 12 inches tall. But if you add, there's like little feet under here, so if you add that, it's probably like 13 inches. And then another couple inches for the lid. Now, what this is insulated with, there have been a lot of people who said that I should, make my own, and a lot of those, it's, I don't know, something I didn't really want to mess with. But you have, in this, you have over 2 inches of Kao Wool on the sides, almost 3 inches on the bottom and top. So it's extremely well insulated. It's very efficient, and one of the first things you have to do when you get this is apply a rigidizer that the company actually gives to you. So it comes in this bag. Basically what you have to do is 1 part of this to 0.7 parts of water. So an example is if this is 1,000 grams, then you would add 700 milliliters of water. So I'm pretty sure that that's what they gave us. I'm going to weigh it here real quick. 555. So we're just going to measure it out. Alright, I am wearing gloves because that Kao Wool can be irritant to your skin, so you want to make sure that you're careful with it. Alright. So we got 1 cup. Looks like we have pretty much exactly 2 cups. It was a little short. So 2 cups of the rigidizer solution. So what is 70% of 2 cups? Well, 1 cup is 50%. And another half cup would be 75%. So let's just do a little under half. Should be about right. Alright, so now we have to mix this. The directions say to mix it for about 15 minutes. It's a very weird powder, so I'm going to mix it for 15 minutes and then I'll come back to you. Alright, so now that I've got it stirred, it's 15 minutes later. It's a very smooth consistency, and I don't have a flashlight here to shine a light in there, but if you can see, it's very smooth. So the reason why they want you to stir it for so long is to get all those clumps out, so that the rigidizer is completely mixed. They provide you with a paintbrush. Alright, so you want to use that. And I'm starting with the lid. Okay, once you've applied the rigidizer to the lid, do not close the lid until it's dry. So it's about a day. So you don't want the lid to stick to the bottom part. Make sure you get everything in there. So one of the reasons why you want to do this is because the Kao Wool, it's like fiberglass fibers, and with the force of the propane, when you're using the forge, some of those little fibers can go airborne, which are not good to breathe. So what this rigidizer is, or one of the things the rigidizer is doing, is it's keeping them locked down. Alright, so the lid's done. I did that off camera, sorry. I'm going to start on with this part. So the Devil Forge company, they actually provide all of this for you. They give you the brush, they give you the rigidizer. So it would be kind of difficult to ship it with that applied. Everything would crack. So I'm going to apply this on all over the inside and use up all the rigidizer. So it might be pretty thick in some areas, but that's fine. Alright, I'm going to hit the bottom next. All over. And one thing about the bottom is that once you're done spreading the rigidizer down there, you want to put that fire brick that they give you, or the plinth, you want to put that in there right away. You want to make sure that you do that before the rigidizer dries. That way it doesn't get too rigid to be able to push it in. Because if you let it dry first and then you stick the plinth in, you could crack the layer that we're making right now. Don't want to do that. So the fire brick that they give you, I'm going to set that in there carefully. Make sure it's fairly flat. Alright, and I'm going to go back in and finish covering all the wool. Alright, so I got the rigidizer all applied. I'm sorry, I got to use a flashlight. My lighting in my living room isn't that great. I just wanted to show you what we've got here. So, I've given everything a nice, even coating, making sure all the Kao Wool that's exposed is covered. Alright, I've got the lid fully covered and everything. This is one of the first things that we need to do to get this ready for use. So now we got to let it set for at least 24 hours before we can use it. And once it's dry, you're pretty much good to go. Alright, so that's it for applying the rigidizer. Probably put another little snippet, some other information in there. So again, wear gloves, make sure that you give it plenty of time to dry, be careful around the hinge area, and just follow the directions in the kit. And again, this is Devil Forge FB2MB 10 kilogram propane metal melting furnace. And this came highly recommended from some other folks that I know who are in the business, like Big Stack Decasting, whom I want to thank personally for helping me out with a bunch of information and questions that I had. So that's it. So thanks for watching, and see y'all on the next one. Alright, so here we are. This is the end of my video for the forge, applying the rigidizer. It's already dry. I mean, we've had it's been very cold and damp here the last week or so. So it took a good 3 days for it to dry, which it's fine. And I'm hoping that I did a good job. This is the first time that I've done this. I think I've got just about everything covered. And the lid closes nice and tight, like it's supposed to. Um, yeah. So again, the rigidizer. There's a few reasons why we put that on. First and foremost, it's going to help block any of those little fibers from the Kao Wool from flying up in the air and being breathed in. It's going to help extend the life of the forge. It makes it more efficient, more heat efficient. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why we do that. So if you do decide to order one from Devil Forge, make sure that you follow the directions and apply it. So far, my only concern is I bought a bunch of crucibles for this, and it's advertised as holds up to 10 kilograms. I don't know if I just got the wrong size or the wrong type of crucible, but I don't think my 10 kilogram crucible is going to fit in there. So I'll just have to swap it out, get like a 6 kilogram or something. But either way, 6 kilograms, that's almost 12 pounds of metal. That's that's plenty big for what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, so here we go. Again, it's like a hard kind of coating to it, but keep in mind that it's over wool, so it's going to be like a little, it's going to have some give to it. But I try not to mess with it too much so it doesn't crack. All right, and again, make sure you have that plinth on the bottom, that fire brick that they give you. And so like they say in the directions, give it at least 24 hours before you fire it up for the first time. Well, it's been a little over 24 hours, so I'm going to be firing this baby up soon. The next step is going to be to treat my crucibles. They're all the graphite type. It's my understanding that you want to bake them for about 4 hours, around 200 degrees, to get out any moisture that might be in them, because that moisture, especially given how damp it's been here, that might make them crack or shorten their life. I mean, they're not made to last forever, keep that in mind, but you want them to last as long as you can. And I think that's it. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, and hoping to have some nice videos on melting some metal down. I've already got stockpiles of copper and aluminum, some brass. Yeah, should be fun. See ya.